But literally, like, apparently the flight attendant was, like, poking me. It was like, sir, sir. And I was like, I wasn't saying anything. I was dead. But the thing is, I was worried that when I asked Mister, after he woke up from his nap, I asked him, like, how exactly did I fall asleep? And he said, oh, no, 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 no. So I was worried that I was going to have, like, leant back with my mouth wide open and gone like, because I remember when I got a plane back, have I told the story about the time I got a plane back from Mexico before? That's a funny story. That's a really funny story. Have I ever told you guys about the time I took a plane back from Mexico before? Okay, that's a story I can tell. So I have been to, I went to Mexico a few years ago as a part of a charity thing, and on my way back, I was sat on this plane, flying all the way. I think so we were in Mexico for a couple of weeks, and then we went back. We crossed the border over to San Diego to get our flight home, and it was on this flight home that, yeah, story within a story. It was on this flight home that I wound up, because obviously back then I couldn't afford anything close to business class, and so I was sat in economy in the aisle, like, chunk of seats next to this random kid I had never met. And on this flight back, there were 2 meals you could choose from. There was chili chicken, which I had, which I really liked, and there was the mushroom risotto. This kid next to me had the mushroom risotto. And I was sat there and I was really enjoying my flight. You know, I was listening to music. I was just hanging out. And then at some point, this kid, he falls asleep. Yes, mushroom risotto. This kid falls asleep. And he falls asleep like this. His mouth was wide open. And pure, unfettered, creamy umami leftovers were just being breathed straight into my face. He was staring at me with his eyes closed. His eyes were closed, but his mouth was just, like, practically wrapping around my nose. He was so close, and it was just pure mushroom scent, umami goodness. Well, it wasn't good at all. It's like, imagine summoning umami straight from someone's stomach and projecting it all over me. So I was disgusted. And suddenly, I had an idea. My dinner, the chili chicken, for whatever reason, there was a single cherry tomato, a tiny little tomato, that was in my chili chicken. And I was like, I've got an idea. And so after about maybe 45 minutes of just getting breathed on and psyching myself up to do this, I was like, he's never gonna know. So I got the little tomato, and like a fucking mortar strike from heaven, I just, and I threw it straight into his mouth. I must have summoned the accuracy of the gods at that very moment. I must have been blessed by Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, because that shit did not touch the sides. That shit went straight between his lips, and he was just, and he immediately woke up, but he was so tired, he did not look at me. And all I did was I said, oh my God, are you all right? And then he was like, oh, and I think he just instantly swallowed the tomato. And he was fine after that, but all I did was I managed to save myself. So don't try that at home. There's an alternate universe where that man died, but it was a very small tomato, so it was fine. There's an alternate universe where that man died, but it was not this one, so I'm fine. I almost killed a man. No, he was going to be fine. He was going to be fine. I know the Heimlich maneuver. It was better than having the... It was better... Listen. There were about 8, 9, 10 hours left of that flight, and this man was showing no signs of waking up. I didn't want any more of that mushroom breath around my nose, so I just... I figured if he died, it would be worth it for my own comfort. It was committed murder. It was really... Listen, it was really funny. Okay, but anyway. I'm not cute! Don't look at me and call me cute. I'll have you. Do you know how many people I've killed? You could see the blood staining my hands. You would not be calling me cute, but so be it. You only seal your fate.